So welcome, we'll be starting with the questions for computer science, specifically targeting to NET examination. Now we have some of the 25 important questions that we would be discussing for today, and if you have any doubts in the meanwhile, feel free to jot those down in the comment below. Okay, so we'll be starting with the very first question. So let's start with the first question. The first question talks about which of the following is the largest unit of storage? Now this is a kind of very traditional question that is being asked, so just make sure that you are working on the questions and kind of the basic concepts and the format that has been working on. Okay, so just note down that. Okay, so the first question we have here, I am waiting for the answers. Anuja, D, Supermind D, great. Okay, so a lot of you coming up with the right answers. So now just a kind of quick revision. You have kilobyte. So kilobyte is 10 raised to power 3 followed by megabyte, 10 raised to power 6, that's million. When it comes to billion, it's gigabyte, and 10 raised to power 12 would be terabyte. So that's how we work around it. A kind of very direct question, but kind of systematically asked question for your NET examination. The next is a a bit stands for. You have the given choices. I'm looking for the answers. Okay, you have the buzzer on. Looking for the second question, the answers. Any guesses for second question? D, great. Okay, so binary digit. So bit stands for binary digit. It's used for computing. A lot of you, Sheetal, Esther, Chetna, great. Okay, so the next question that we have is again a kind of very direct question. So we have this diagram that basically explains again the same thing, the bit, byte, kilobyte, megabyte, and so on. We have one more interesting thing for you, but just wait for that for a while. Okay, the hexadecimal system consists of the following systems. Now this is a surprise question. I am looking for the first correct answer here. So question number 3, looking for answers. Okay, what does hexadecimal mean? Shambhavi, it's good if you could write the choice along with it. Supermind, great, C. So Supermind, you have the first correct answer here. Just drop in your address. Okay, so you have a hexadecimal system that consists of 16 digits. So how do we come across 16 digits? We cover 0 to 9. So 0 to 9 you would have 10 digits that would be covered. So inclusive of 0 you would have, moving up to 9 you would have 10 digits that would be covered, and then you would have A to F. So you would have 0 to 9 A to F, and that would make it hexadecimal or the 16 digits. That's great. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Now again the fourth question, looking for the correct answers. So question number 4, what would be the correct option? High level programming language can be converted into a machine language using a kind of very direct question. Great, Supermind. Okay, compiler. So a lot of you coming up with correct answers. Great. So compiler is the correct answer here. So high level programming language can be converted into machine language by compilers. The next question is URL are of two types. Now what could be the answer here? What are the two types of URL that we talk about? Great going. So a lot of correct answers. It seems computer is a kind of easy section for all of you, but just wait for the difficult questions in computers to come. We have a pretty set of difficult questions as well for you today. Okay, so question 5. Looking for the correct answers. D, great. So Chetna, Swapna, Ritu, Swapna. Great. So absolute and relative. So there are two types of URL that we talk about. The absolute URL that gives all the information that's necessary for the files on the internet, and the relative that contains only the folder name and the file name, or just kind of relative dimension that is being provided. So URLs are of two types, absolute and relative. The next question here is, which disk are used to store more than 25 GB of data with a very high speed? So question number 6, looking for the answers. More than 25 GB, question number 6. Okay, great. Pooja Preeti, the fifth question is correct. Now we are moving forward with question number 6, looking for answers for question number 6. You have Blu-ray disc, great. Supermind, it seems you are from the computer science background, great. Okay, so a lot of correct answers here. So you have Blu-ray disc which has a capacity which is more than 25 GB up to 128 GB and more. So that's what is Blu-ray. So Blu-ray is the correct answer. So you have CD with up to 700 MB space that we usually say, and then you have DVDs which is up to 4.7 GBs or so, and then you have Blu-ray which has further higher capacity as compared to DVDs. So the correct answer here would be Blu-ray. Moving on to the next question. Website is a collection of... Oh, great, Supermind. The next is website is a collection of. Now this is a kind of intentionally provided question where student gets overconfident and try to mark the answer as quickly as they see the first choice, as lot of you have done, and that's what I was looking for. So Supermind, that's what I said. Many of you would answer this question directly just seeing the first choice and would not even bother to read the remaining choices. So that's one of the silly mistakes or a kind of negligence mistake that I would say most of you do. So web pages, audio files, pictures, all of those would be the correct answer for this. So since you read only the first, you came up with answer A as the correct choice, but make sure you are reading the question properly. So all of these would be the correct answer in this case. I hope that was clear. Okay, question number 8. A very important question and a very burning topic. Now since I have said burning topic, I think I have given you a kind of hint for this question. So question number 8, looking for answers. Which is distributed computing over a network and involves large number of computers connected via real-time communication networks such as internet. For question number 8, Amrit, great. Chetna, great. So that's known as cloud computing, a very, very important topic for you. Cloud computing, artificial intelligence are some of the very burning topics in computers these days, and definitely you could expect one of the questions from these areas. The various digital reforms, the new schemes under Digital India, and all those become pretty important. So we have tried to cover a lot of contemporary questions as we move forward. So I won't be discussing more as of now. We'll discuss those as we proceed further. Okay. The next is MOCD stands for. Again, a kind of interesting question, less heard of but commonly asked of kind of questions for your net, because you have lot of questions based on acronyms that are asked, and that's specifically pertaining to the computer section where you have lot of abbreviations, lot of acronyms that are being asked. Namrata has a request for question number 8. So that's basically the direct definition for cloud computing. So as I said, cloud computing is an important topic. Just refer to that and make sure you are well versed with it. I am seeing for question number 9, lot of you are just putting up blind guesses. However, Ritu just marked it correctly, okay, and then Abbas again, Sneha again, okay. So the correct answer here is magneto-optical compact disc. So magneto-optical compact disc is a compact disc that uses magnetic fields for storing the data, and therefore you have D as the correct option here. So for question number 9, you have D as the correct answer. Question number 10, the components of computer hardware are. Now again a kind of question where I believe a lot of you would commit silly mistakes. So since I have already told you, I believe now you would read the question very properly and read all the choices of the question. So looking for answers for question number, yes Renu Esther, question number 9, the answer was D. For question number 10, we are looking for answers. D, great. So all the components, great going. Okay, so you have all of these, the system units, the storage devices, input, output and motherboard all are part of the computer hardware. So hardware is the physical unit and software is something that's present within the hardware. So that's how you can understand it. So that's the correct answer, D here. The next question, A very important question from the recent burning topic. Again a surprise question, looking for the first correct answer for question number 11. The first correct answer for question number 11. This is very contemporary, recently happened, so it's very important that you know it. Great. So you have Anji has the first correct answer for it. Okay, so Anji, just drop your address in the comment in the email. Okay, so you have Michigan Micromoto as the world's smallest computer discovered recently. It's also known as M3, and basically the size is 2 by 4 by 4 millimeters. So it's as small as that, with fully functional and operational capabilities that it has, and it's very important that you have knowledge about it, because this has recently happened and therefore a kind of very burning and a contemporary topic that you shouldn't miss. So Michigan Micromoto is the correct answer. Okay, Sneh, you just send in your address if you were the first one. Sorry, I missed it because you have a lot of people who are just putting in. So might be I missed it. Please don't take it otherwise. Okay, question number 12, looking for the correct answer. Question number 10, looking for the, question number 12, looking for the correct answers. So, which is a network of physical devices, vehicles, home appliances, other items embedded with electronics, software, sensors and connectivity that enable these things to connect and interchange the information. So, you have the correct answer as looking for the correct answers. Swapna, right, Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is the correct answer, and this is again one of the very important, very burning topic these days. So as I said, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things are some of the important topics that you shouldn't miss here. The next question you have is again a very important question from the perspective of your contemporary happenings in computer science. So looking for the correct answer for question number 13. Which exploit of the Microsoft Windows attack SBM file sharing services and was used in WannaCry? Question number 13. Question number 13, looking for correct answers. Okay, Eternal Blue. Great, Mukesh. Very good. So you have again, this is one of the recent topics that was in news. Again, very important. So as I said, we had started with a kind of set of easy questions. We are trying to bring in questions from contemporary happenings. So not all of these, not at all. So you have Eternal Blue. So Bitcoin is a kind of cryptocurrency. So that's not related to malware. So we have discussed malware in a separate lecture on YouTube. So just refer the various types of malwares and the kinds of malwares. It is very important. Okay. So vulnerabilities, malwares, all those are really important. Just don't miss those. So question number 13, you have the answer here. Moving on to the next question. Which among the following is not a payment app? Again, a very recent and a very important topic. Question number 14, looking for answers. So question number 14, waiting for the answers. B, which is not a payment app. Okay. C, a lot of gases, and I believe all of those are flying gases. Okay. So you have Bheem, which is a UPI payment app. So that you all are familiar with. So I am seeing none of the A's here. But Google Pay is recently released payment application by Google, and WhatsApp Pay is again under trial and being released as a payment app. So you have all of those three which are correct answers. So the last one, D, would be the right answer here. Okay, so which is not a payment app, all of those are the payment apps. So the next is, what is the name of India's fastest supercomputer recently discovered? Again, very important question. Question number 15, again, yes, so for the previous question it would be none of those. So again, a very contemporary question, very important. For question number 15, no, C is not the correct answer. A, correct. So, Nikat, you have the correct answer. Pratyush is the India's fastest supercomputer recently built up that has been used for weather forecasting. Again, you have another supercomputer that has been come up, that is Mihir, and that's again used for weather modeling, where we are talking about forecasting the weather phenomena with more of dynamic modeling involved. So, both of those, Pratyush and Mihir, used for weather forecasting. However, okay, Chetna, sorry, I misspelled your name. Okay, the India's fastest supercomputer is Pratyush. Okay, so this is of recent and again a important question. Okay, Chetna, great. The next is, which of the following are used for distributed denial of service attack? Again a very recent question and important question for you all. So, I believe we have tried to bring in some of the difficult questions here, difficult in the sense they are more related to contemporary information and happening. So, if you still have doubts, you can go on to Examrace current affairs section, browse by categories and see computers. You would have the recent happenings in computing, that would be part of it. So, Michigan Micromoto is again very, very important. So, all of this, great, a lot of you coming up with correct answers, Abhay, Ravi, Prasna, okay. So, you have Saposhi, Reaper and Miria, all three of those are basically used for distributed denial of service, and therefore, it's a kind of important question that has been in news recently. Then coming on to a kind of conventional question again, which of the following protocol is considered a secure protocol? So, looking for the correct answers for question number 17. Question number 17, looking for the correct answers. D, Neeraj, correct. Okay, so all of those are secured. So you have HTTPS. So HTTP is unsecured, HTTPS is secured HTTP, or HTTP is HTTP secure that we say. SSL is secure sockets layer. That's again a secured version, and TLS is again transport layer security. So you have all of those as the correct answer here. Okay. Coming on to the next question here. What are qubits? Again a question from the recent happenings, important question. What are qubits? Looking for question number 18, answers for question number 18. A, great. So, Archana, you have the correct answer here. Vincent, again correct answer. Prasanna, okay. So, a lot of you. So, qubits are units for quantum computing or quantum information. So, A is the correct answer here. Coming on to the next question. Which of the following is not a browser? A very conventional question asked every time for your examination. So, just have a list of, or just know a list of the major browsers, major operating systems, and that's the only way to secure it. Great, great, Vincent. Okay. So, you have question number 19, the correct answer, waiting for the correct answer for question number 19, B. Okay, great, lot of B's. Okay, so you have Unix, which is not a browser. Safari, Navigator, Opera are all browsers. Then when we talk about operating systems, you have DOS, Windows, Unix, Linux, you have Ubuntu, Fedora. So all those are considered under the operating systems. Under the browsers, you have Netscape, Navigator, Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, then you have Safari, Opera. So all those are browsers. A very conventional question asked off and on. So just keep an eye on it. Again, the chat apps, the social networking sites, the name of those are again very, very important. We have recently come up with AP set paper where there was a simple question on how many languages Facebook provides in India. So that's again a kind of question that is being asked from the computing section. So very conventional questions but important questions that you must work on. Question number 20, looking for correct answers. So the question says, which of the following protocols work over local area network? So 20D, okay, great. A lot of you come up with correct answers here. So all of these are the protocols that work over LAN. Okay, the next question coming up to, this is a very very important question, again contemporary. So looking for the first correct answer and a surprise for the first correct answer. Question number 21. Question number 21, the first correct answer is by Baharor Ghosh. Okay, just send in your address. Okay, so you have the first correct answer, and the correct answer here is kibibyte. So kibibyte is the new term that has come up for exact 1024 bytes. Okay, so that is the new term that has been used, and this has come up because kilo creates a confusion. So kilo is usually denoting 1000. So that's to avoid that confusion, you have a new term which is known as kibibyte. So it's KIBI, kibibyte, written as KI. Okay, so kibibyte is the correct answer and very very important. Okay. Okay, Aparna, you were the first. I'm sorry that there are so many answers coming up that I missed some of you. Just don't take it otherwise. Okay, coming on to the other question, you have to convert the binary number into the octal number. Now this is a kind of commonly asked question. Now just convert this binary into octal. How would you proceed? If you have doubts, you can refer the class on conversion of binary to octal and hexadecimal we have covered, and binary to decimal, where we have also taken into account the fractions that was asked last year, and it was once asked, but it is really important that you should cover. Oh great, a lot of you have come up with the correct answer. So C is the correct answer. What you have to do is simply break this number into two groups of 3. So you have 101 as one of the numbers and 10 as the other number. Since it's just 2 digit, you would include a 0, and then you would convert it into binary. So you would have 2 and 5. So when you put 2 and 5 together, it would be 25. So that's the correct answer here. Okay, the next question is, what's the name of the world's first 5G chip and who released it? So who released it is not the part of the question, but yes, I'm just asking it. Question number 23, looking for the correct answer. Oh great, a lot of you, Aparna, Sneh, Kushwan, great. So Balong 5G01 is the correct answer. Now Balong 5G01 was released by Huawei. So Huawei, which is a kind of Chinese company, unveiled it, and this is the world's first 5G chip that has been released. The only thing that was meant to confuse here was bringing in Geo. So the students get confused with it and just try to just get confused with it. Okay, so the next question is, you have, which of the following states is the first to have Hindi email ID? Question number 24, looking for the correct answers. C, Rajasthan, great Zahid. So Rajasthan is the first state to have the Hindi email ID. Now the kind of confusion that could come up with a question like this is, all of those are Hindi speaking states. So you even if you want to mark a blind guess, it becomes difficult. But if there had been a choice like Karnataka or Andhra Pradesh or something like that, you could have probably ignored it. So that's a way of putting up guess in case you are just blind about it and you don't know what to answer in a question like this. The next question, again very very important, question number 25, looking for the first correct answer. Name the British artificial intelligence company which has been recently acquired by Facebook. Question number 25, looking for the correct answers. Sneh, great. The first correct answer from Sneh. Okay, so you have Bloomsbury as the British artificial intelligence company which has been recently acquired by Facebook. Now all of these, Bloomsbury, DeepMind, OpenAI and Apple, are artificial intelligence company, but the first company that has been, the options are not visible. Okay. So Bloomsbury, DeepMind, OpenAI Apple, all of those are artificial intelligence company, but the British artificial company that has been recently acquired by Facebook is Bloomsbury, and therefore it's important. Okay, Pooja, you were the first. So sorry for such a lot of confusions. Okay, so I hope that was good, and we have tried to cover a lot of questions from computing section, a lot of contemporary happenings. Still what we have missed is BharatNet, Digital India. So just go on to the YouTube lecture on Digital India, cover that thoroughly. That's really important. The class on bitcoins, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. So all those are again upcoming topics, really important. Cloud computing, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, as I already mentioned. So just have a good revision on those, and we would be meeting again today at 10:30 for the DI class. So those who are interested can just stay back for 10:30. Have a great day.